We all know. Listen, I'm a little bit older than them. I don't know what's going on, what they talking about. Alright. Should be good. Yeah. Thumbs up?
Thumbs up.
Good. Okay. By the way, we just start rolling. It's just rolling
It's
right
just
now.
going
Yeah,
right
it's
now?
just going
Okay.
right
Oh,
now.
okay, good.
So just start talking. Now it's like
So,
I'll set you up. All right, so we back. Yeah.
we out
I was playing. Okay, welcome back to KMF. This is, keep moving forward. I got a special guest today. One of my good friends. Worked on, some stuff together as far as doing some photos. She helped me out with what I've been doing. And she's also on the track and field team as well as San Jose State. Let's give it up for Savanna.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
No problem. We're going to try to get some numbers for this. We're working on it.
As you should. You'll get there.
And thank you for the 5 people that watch now.
Hey, gotta start somewhere, right?
Hey, gotta start somewhere. Yeah, so I guess what I was gonna say first and foremost, thank you for showing up.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Giving me a chance to interview you. I've already interviewed you and what I'm doing for the documentary and whatnot. But besides that, my first question I guess to you would be like, just talk about like who you are, when you started track, I guess, or when did you start sports relatively? Like,
Okay, so I've been like playing sports since like kind of my whole life. So when I was little, like you see like grasshopper sports. I'm not sure if you heard of that. So it's like when you're like really little.
okay.
I kind of play everything. But I think like middle school is when I started taking like sports seriously. I started with basketball, and then I played soccer a lot. Like soccer was my main sport. And then I started doing track because I was fast. So I was like,
Okay.
might as well try it.
Okay.
Yeah.
A little speed even.
Yeah. And then my parents actually coached my middle school team, so that was fun too. And then I started doing I would do AAU meets kind of for track, and then like high school's when I took it more seriously.
Okay.
But yeah, so I've been doing track since like 6th grade.
Sixth grade.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a little later than some
yeah,
others.
Most people, yeah.
Yeah, I was talking to Mystic. He said he started track when he was 4. I was like, damn.
Oh my gosh.
And then Jama was like, he started track when he
was
came
a
to high
senior.
school. I said,
No, his
Oh.
story is insane.
nah. And Jama's story is, I have no idea how he made it out of Salesian like that. Like that shit crazy.
It is.
Because I know our coach, and he didn't have the coach that I had. And like we talked about it, I'm like, damn, you didn't even have like the guy who kind of like actually made
Really?
like made it to the Olympics and stuff. So I'm like, damn, if you kind of just like
You just lucked
gifted,
out, yeah.
like you lucked out
Yeah.
kind of like,
Yeah.
and that's crazy. So we all have like different stories and everything for like where we start.
Yeah.
But that's crazy. Like how did you know that you was like fast? Like talk about that little story real quick.
Just like playing other sports, I would like be beating everybody else.
Okay.
Like kind of situation. I was
Yeah.
like, might as well try it out.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
and then like I didn't want to do hurdles honestly at first, but like when you go to high school, you don't have to like try every event. I had to try her. I was so scared to try hurdles.
No,
So
I would be
scared.
too.
So what? I did not want to go with them, but then I did, and like obviously,
Yeah.
I was decent at them.
Okay.
They're good, yeah.
Okay.
Now, at first,
No.
would not catch me going over hurdle.
If I went over a hurdle, I broke everything in my body. I don't break every bone. No way. I couldn't do it. Yeah. Well, how did you like? When did you say like you knew you was like good at like sports or whatever?
say like I know that I'm good at
Yeah.
sports, cause like I do have a lot of self doubt. So
Yeah.
I mean, it was really shocked that I was gonna be recruited.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, cause I wasn't expecting to run in college.
Okay.
So that was kind of like, okay, I'm actually decent.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
an eye opener, but yeah, it's
Yeah.
definitely been a learning process.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
shoot. Now you got the revelation that you've been out. You didn't have your first round.
Yeah.
You know, you competed and
Mhm.
you actually made it pretty far. So that's pretty good.
That's
Like,
true, yeah.
and like, I guess like for your doubt, like don't doubt yourself. You made it this far. You know, a lot of people don't make it, and there's so many people that's like, oh, I'm gonna do this when I get to college, and then they end up being like, damn, like I'm not even gonna get a chance to do that shit. So
Yeah.
like, definitely like understand that you got something, going. So
I know.
that's pretty dope.
This year, I'm gonna be good this year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna do what I gotta do this year.
You,
but
hey,
I'm
get
gonna
it.
do what I gotta do.
Do what you gotta do. Do what you gotta do. Shoot, you can cuss, you can do whatever you want. Just don't be Jay Flash. Don't be Jay Flash.
That's a broad statement.
I like Jay Flash. We're if I put him on the podcast, I don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
You know.
I remember when he was mic'd up like he was on the Fresno meets, right?
Yeah, he
It
was
wasn't
mic'd
conference.
up.
It was the meet before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was
And
mic'd up.
everybody's like, bro, just chill. I just watching you
It's
sing.
crazy. Mic'd up Charlotte. That was hilarious.
Yeah,
You saw that?
Yeah, Charlotte's just like a funny person in general, so like
Yeah.
it's cool.
Yeah. But yeah, shout out Jay Flash and Charlotte. Y'all, I gotta be careful with y'all. If y'all see this or watch it, but
Yeah.
it's yeah, that's crazy. But what was I gonna ask you? So let's talk about like I guess like how you got recruited here. Like, what was that like, or how did you find your way here?
So yeah, I got recruited at one of the meets. I met Coach Ryan and Coach Ernie.
Okay.
And then I kind of talked to him. I was talking feeler schools, but I was like really heavy on San Jose. And then I went on my visit with Coach Ernie, and that was a really good visit. Coach Ernie was like really good at helping me understand everything, kind of like learn the process, what it would be like to be here. And he was just a good person.
Yeah.
I like Coach Ernie.
Shout out Coach Ernie.
Yeah, I like Coach Ernie. But
Miss you, Coach Ernie.
but that was good, and then I kind of just continued like talking to him and Coach Ryan, like kind of keeping up with it, and then we got here.
You got here?
The rest is history.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, it was a pretty easy process. It was stressful, but it was a good process. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like it was good.
Was this your only like college that you got recruited to, or did you have any others?
I was looking at 2 other colleges, but San Jose was like definitely the best option for me.
Okay.
Like location and just like what I wanted in the school wise.
Okay.
Yeah.
And like, what you want out of it, like school wise, like
A good education.
a good education? Yeah.
Obviously, like no matter what happens to track, even if you go pro or not, like you can't run your whole life. So you need a career to fall back on.
Okay. Well, you got a right mindset for that because this don't last forever for sure.
Like even if you like top athlete, like you really have to realize you like cannot run your whole life. Like that's not
Exactly.
possible. So
yeah.
We can do tracks over it.
Exactly. Hey, you got the right mindset. Shoot, there's a lot of
trying.
people. A lot of people come out. They like, I'm just gonna do this.
Yeah.
No, you not.
Hey, I wish you the best of luck, but
You're gonna have to find your own, path because this is kind of like a. Even I'm starting to realize like it's brief. It's very fast.
Very.
Like
it goes by so quick. I can't believe this started my second year.
yeah, this is your second year.
It's insane. Last year felt like it was yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I remember back in the day when my second year, I am not in my second year anymore. I'm basically like 4.5 in.
That's okay.
Oh yeah, it's fine. I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm out.
That's
You
all
don't.
that matters.
You barely see me on campus.
That's all
Be
that
like, where you at, JC? Working. I'm out the way. I'm not. Hey, this is what it is. But like, yeah, second year for me was COVID, and that was
How was that?
That was
on college.
okay. You kind of Kevin Hart me there. You kind of Kevin Hart me there. she said, "Ooh, damn,
Ooh.
you old and you was in COVID."
I mean, I was in my sophomore year of high school when COVID hit.
I'm gonna go.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, you're sophomore year?
Sophomore year of high school?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, I was in sophomore year of college.
Dang.
So you gonna keep Kevin Hart me? Damn.
My bad.
No, that's crazy. Yeah, that was. What was that time like for you? Because you was in high school. So how did COVID affect you in like high school? I have no idea, honestly, because I can only imagine.
It didn't really affect me because like I'm good with taking online classes. Like I had been taking them like before and stuff. So like that aspect wasn't. But it was so weird because we were literally in the middle of track season, and they're like, okay, we're gonna get a 2-week break. Like we hadn't even had our first meet yet.
Damn.
And then they were like, okay, we'll be back. And then we just
didn't come back. Damn.
And then we like junior year we came back hybrid. So it was like 2 days in person, 2 days off, like distance learning. And that was really weird. That was worse, I think, than like being full online because like our schedule was just so weird.
Yeah.
But it wasn't bad. It was just like an interesting experience. Like I think it's so like oh yeah, we were there when COVID happened.
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
Yeah, it's. I mean, for like you, it's just. I mean, it's like high school, so it's not.
It's not like as serious
bad.
as like college. Like I was like.
Shit.
I feel like that's more like harder. Like
shit.
Just one word. That's
shit.
it.
Like okay, so like if you imagine like damn, when you came into high school, you was just like. You said your sophomore year, right? So, for me, it's like everything normal. Like there was no COVID, no nothing. Like I had a normal, I guess you could say normal high school upbringing or whatever. Like I went to a private school in Richmond, but not the best private school, probably ghetto as hell. Yeah, but it was, I mean, if you can imagine like understanding of this is what college life is going to be, and when you get there, it's going to be like this, and this.
Yeah.
And you're prepared to just do in person. Like there was no online for me like when I was coming up.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go to college. We're gonna see how this is. And I mean, we had one full, like y'all semester last year, if you can imagine, like we had all of, where are we right now? We had all of our fall semester. Like it was normal.
Yeah.
Like nothing was going
sophomore
on.
Year?
This is freshman year.
Oh, okay.
This is how fast this happened because it happened in my freshman year.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, so imagine like I came to SJ in 2019, right?
Yeah.
So that's the fall, but
So you only had fall.
right? So this is what I'm trying to
Okay,
tell
sorry,
you,
sorry,
right?
sorry.
So this is what I'm trying to tell you. I'm in my freshman year, normal.
Yeah.
I want to run track too. I want to walk on.
As you
So
should,
it's like, okay, I'm gonna get here. I'm gonna figure it out. All my stuff is going down where I'm being told I can't run, I can't try out. The coaches, she acting weird or whatever back then, and then we have that semester is fine, but we go from 2019 into 2020, and this is still my freshman year of college.
Yeah.
But this is the second semester.
So the spring semester.
Yeah, the spring semester of my of college. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna come back, but I don't know what's gonna happen with track. Football probably not gonna happen because it's whatnot is going on. I don't know that I'm really injured yet. If I told you the story before.
So.
Okay.
Okay, another sidebar.
You're gonna have to go back and watch what I told Sarah if you really want to know. But briefly, did sports throughout high school when I was growing up. I actually did sports with Harry when we was like really? 5 and 7. So basically, like I knew Ken Roy growing up. I knew Harry. I knew like Zay was around, Jayla was around, but I didn't know them yet. But basically, I had done sports all the way up until I got to college my freshman year. Wanted to run track, was told I can't try out. Then I was like, okay, well, what do I need to do? And was told you need to get your times up. Okay, I'm gonna run unattached, right? So we go into the next semester. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna figure out how am I going to run unattached and then do all these things.
Yeah. That's a lot.
That's a lot. And then I don't know that I'm actually injured. My hip flexor is like torn partially. So I'm like, I didn't know this until the going into my sophomore year of college.
So fall.
So like the summer of 2020. But COVID happens, right? So when we got back, we had 2-3 weeks of like it was normal. Everybody was cool, but like 2 weeks in, we had already heard about like COVID happening and everything.
Yeah.
Like we was like, what is this thing in
Yeah.
China? Like they talking crazy. And then like 3 weeks in, it happened consecutively. It was like the first 2 weeks they was just whispers and stuff
Yeah.
on what's the name. And then the third week they started talking about, oh, you know, this could be something serious. It's a virus going around.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if you remember Ebola
Yeah.
from like 2014. It kind of seemed like that where it was just on the news.
Yeah.
And then it was like 3 weeks or 4 weeks in, and it was on TV, and it was like, yeah, it's in Santa Clara County. It was like, wait, huh?
Yeah.
Like this is before we can even get to midterms or spring break.
Oh my gosh.
So like we're 4 weeks in, and they're like, okay, there's somebody on campus that's sick. We don't know what's going on. Y'all need to. We're gonna do like this online. Like they're not even really transitioning us into online stuff. But they're like, yeah, you need to like. We're not gonna have class today. We're just not gonna have class. And then every class started to like break down in that order, and like by the time it was like time for midterms, it was like y'all don't have to come to class. You take this and just like we'll do it or we won't.
Gosh, yeah.
And I'm like, wait, huh?
Yeah.
And then like the fifth week they're like, okay, no classes. What?
Yeah. That would be so scary.
I'm like, wait, huh? 6th week they like, okay, everybody go home. What? Go home. What do you mean go home? It's not even spring break yet. So we starting spring break early.
Yeah.
It's like right before, maybe a week or so before spring break it's supposed to happen.
Yeah.
Or maybe 2 weeks, I don't know. But it's like 6 weeks in, they're like, yeah, y'all just go home. And we'll let you know when you can come back because the classes are breaking down and I'm like, okay, we're gonna go home, chill for a bit. So I went home. They're like, 7th week, they're like, okay, yeah, everybody come back up here and get your stuff. Like, nobody staying in the dorms.
Oh my gosh.
7th, 8th week, and we're barely into like spring break, and they're like, yeah, come get your stuff. I'm like,
that would have been so crazy to go through that.
I'm like, yo, so ain't nobody having spring break, and the world is just shutting down now. So I'm like, oh, okay, this is
real.
This is serious. This is something that's actually happening and affecting everybody.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, so this is my freshman year. And mind you, like, it happened so fast that events on campus couldn't even, like, get started. It was, I don't even know what spring break is like for the freshmen on campus or, like, something like that. It was just, like, so fast at that point. So everybody had to come get their stuff. We're out the dorms. I'm like, okay, so that's it. And then we just go into the summer and it's still COVID. And I'm like, oh, so that was it.
You're like,
that was it. It's over. It's like, oh shit. So that was all my freshman year.
Crazy.
Yeah, it happened that fast. And it was in my freshman year. And then it bled into my sophomore year. So I'm like, we're in 2020 now and we're in the summer and everything is shut down.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, this is crazy. Like, we're not even getting a normal freshman summer, like, because we're not on campus and we don't know where everybody is. So I met people from my freshman year that I didn't even see until my junior year of college or my senior year of college. So I'm like, whoa, this is crazy.
That is crazy.
Then during that time in the summer, I was trying to train with my cousin, just like doing some like, you know, just running, just trying to keep in shape because I'm like, I'm gonna come back and try out and then try to get my times up or wherever. Run unattached. You can't run unattached when shit is closed.
Everything shut down.
And everything shut down and nobody knows when it's gonna open. So I'm like, damn, my hip hurts still. Like, and my hip has been hurting since I was a sophomore in high school. I'm like, that's weird. Why do I have I feel the same pain that I've been feeling since I was a sophomore, but I've been playing since sophomore. You know,
Yeah.
I never missed a game when I was playing football. I played for a pretty decent team. You know, like I think we were actually really good for the resources that we had, but like never missed a game, didn't miss the championship, nothing. Never got taken off the field. I was doing track as well, so I'm like, damn, I still feel this? Like, this is crazy. And I went and got help for it.
So that's weird.
So I'm like, yeah, it's weird. And I'm like, okay, so maybe I need to go get some help. Or, you know what, we need to go like check this out for real. Like, because I never got an MRI or anything. So I'm like, let me go get that. They basically say like, it's torn. How long have you been doing this? I'm like, since I was a sophomore. That's when I initially felt something like that.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, okay. So you can do these things, surgery. Oh, you think you're gonna do tryouts, but how you gonna do tryouts is COVID.
Yeah.
Okay, well, if there is tryouts, then you can take these, like the steroid, stimulant or whatever, take the pain away and you can keep going and try out. But I'm like on campus, but campus is shut down. So there's nobody around.
Like, there's nothing you can do.
I'm talking to Jalen because he made it. He walked on. He got on. So I'm like, damn, you squeezed in. So I'm like, okay, so what's going on during this time? It's like, athletic department on some bullshit right now.
Really?
Because there was a lot of stuff going on in the athletic department, and I don't know if you heard about like the controversy with I think it was the president, the president of the department of athletics during that time, the original AD, and then the soccer team, and they was having some whatever. I don't even know. I can't really speak on that.
It's okay.
But basically, there was some going on during that time. The coach was still saying that you gotta get your times up. I was talking to the original coach, one of the original coaches, Coach Sean, who was kind of like Coach Ernie during that time. He was like, yeah, you can probably try out, but we don't think we're gonna have tryouts or walk-ons because of COVID, and we don't even know what our own athletes are doing, and they're going through their thing academically, and the COVID is happening. So I'm like, oh shit, like this is
what do I do?
crazy. Like for my sophomore year, and basically whatever you think your sophomore is right now, like how you can just walk around, take all that away. It's like you can walk around, but nobody's on campus.
That would be so crazy.
It's crazy. Like no events, no nothing. You just like, oh shit, what do I do?
Be so weird.
Yeah. And I'm sure it was different for somebody who was actually on the team during that time, but I think even then for them it was like there was a little bit more restriction. So yeah, I mean it was just like so fast. But like freshman year, I got one semester of freshman year that was normal. And then my second semester of freshman year, and then my sophomore year, and then maybe the first semester of my junior year was all COVID protocol. So I got to my junior year. That's like everything in the middle. So I'm like, damn. And then we get back, I'm like, oh, that's crazy. I'm already a junior in my second year semester. I need to I need to worry about something else than doing this, because I'm like, if you trying to do track in your like junior year or your senior year, that's not what I was trying to do. I'm like, you gotta kind of like figure out. So I'm like, I'm gonna start this adversity because it made sense to me. And so that's the first year I did adversity, and then when did y'all show up? Y'all showed up right that year, my senior year. So I had,
because 2022.
Oh yeah, the second semester of my junior year, I did adversity for the first time, and then you guys showed up that fast, and I was like, oh shit, oh shit, okay, y'all here now, and I'm basically almost out of here. But I had like 3 years where it just didn't feel like anything was going on. And it was just COVID for me. Like,
that's actually crazy.
Yeah, that shit was crazy. At least for me in college, and I don't know if you go to anybody else, it might be different, but that shit was crazy to me, how fast that happened.
Cause like college is like where you're supposed to be like figuring out who you are, like all this stuff, and for that to just be like,
I figured that. Like I didn't figure that out. it's a little hard to understand. Like,
It's a learn as you go.
it's like so much shit happened that it was like, damn. And even right now, like 2020 and 2021 was a hard, like probably the hardest times. But I just relatively say like 2020 or just like the decade itself is probably gonna be hard.
Yeah.
But those 2 years was probably like crazy for me.
Understandable, yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually so crazy.
Yeah.
That would be so hard.
Yeah. Stop looking at me like I'm an old man.
You're not old. It's okay.
No, I'm pretty old. I'm 65. In my heart. I aged about 30 years during COVID.
I feel you. My body feels about 70 right now.
Yeah. That's why you got the PT. Sure.
Yeah, that's why I got a PT, yeah.
But yeah, COVID, I would rather have COVID happen in high school. If I was in high school, I think it would have been all right.
Yeah.
But for college, that shit was like, damn.
No.
Yeah, that
I
shit
agree.
was crazy.
I remember I got done in high school.
That shit was crazy. Yeah. But very interesting time for me, honestly.
COVID's so weird.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Like, it's gonna be like history books and like.
Yeah. I was like, where were you,
Oh.
Dad? And I'm like, well, son, it's a long story, but I can make it short.
Yeah.
Shit. Or you can watch this goddamn video and I don't ever have to talk about it.
Just here's my life.
Here's my life, honestly. Sure. I'm gonna tell you that. Here's my life. Adversity.